On the international camera and on the station camera?
Not the station camera, but the international camera, yes.
Hello.
We're rolling, Rhonda.
We're rolling. All right, let me just do this. I get a runny nose. It's not cocaine either. I don't know who's going.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a cokehead. No. Although there are people that
said, you want a line? I said, yeah. And so I says, here's a line. Pickup line? And she says, no, I'll line up. I don't do pickup lines, Rhonda.
I know.
I know. How do you know?
Because Pearl told me. I check everything with Pearl. All right, there we go. I can see you. You're kind of sideways.
I'm kind of sideways.
Yeah, you know.
I'll straighten up. I'm just trying to get things.
Too low of a flow. I hate when they say that. I can't figure out what's going on. I guess I could shut down some of these things like that. Let's see if we can do that while we're getting ready. So I've got some great music today on the music feed. It's the spring mix. It's all songs that remind me of springtime. So they're not necessarily have spring in it, but it just reminds me of a warmer climate and having fun and just being out in spring. I used to love spring when I was younger,
really?
Especially in college. It was just one of the best times that there could ever be. And, you know, and so it always brings back good memories. So I decided to play a spring mix. And coming up in about, I don't know if it'll be about a month probably.
A month?
A month. I'm going to do a show. I've been contacting local artists, and I've got a bunch of original songwriters and singers that are good.
Ooh.
Not just anybody, because they have to be good, or I'm not doing it.
Not just
And I'm going to
anybody.
do a show and bring them all in the studio and
Ooh.
play their music for an entire show. So I've got a gentleman named Andy out of Longmont who's written a song that I think is a hit if I've ever heard one. And then there's another young lady that I met who does some really remarkable music, and I'm going to be looking for some other people. So if you're a singer-songwriter, and you live locally or not even locally, if you want to be a part of the show and want me to play your music, just reach out to me at rhonda.shea@yahoo.com and send me what you, and just introduce yourself, and we'll start a conversation and see if we can get your music up. So
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to do a show with just up-and-coming musicians and artists, because they don't oftentimes get the exposure that they need or deserve. So if you know somebody, your granddaughter, I mean, I don't care if they're old, young, if it's good. And I'm certainly not the most expert judge of that, but you know, it can't be like off-key. And I can tell that. But we want to fill up the show with just songs from people who are not yet famous, but maybe they will be someday. So it's the Not Yet Famous Show.
The Not Yet Famous Show.
That's what it's going to be called, yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
As a heart attack?
Yeah. Don't you
You
think?
swear on a stack of Bibles?
Yeah, I swear.
I swear on all my dad's graves.
Yeah, all your dad's graves. Too bad your mom didn't know who it was. I got your mama, Joe.
That hurt.
I know. That's bad, huh?
No, that's good.
You set yourself up.
I always do.
Yeah, you want to turn the studio feed down, or you want to leave it up?
I'll turn it down.
Listen to James Taylor. I've got some great music from James Taylor. I've got Leslie Gore, Ricky Nelson, and I've even got some stuff that's a lot more current than that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's really, like I said, a spring mix. That's what I call it.
Mix.
A bouquet, a spring bouquet,
bouquet
of lovely music. There we go. You know, you can't beat that. What else is going? What's been going on, Henry?
Oh, not much. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I can't tell you everything, though.
You know, I hope not, because I don't want to know everything about you.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh my God!
I'm
I thought
afraid.
you did.
I'm
afraid. I'm scared.
I'm very afraid.
I'm scared.
I am doing wonderful, by the way. Anybody who's ever been through some of what I've been through, the reconstruction really makes everything much better in terms
Makes
of.
it feel great.
Well, your health feels better too, because you don't have these things tacked into your rib cage, you know. And so it's been really good. I'm back to moving around and doing things and getting out. And I actually worked out today for the first time in a long time. I was able to lift a little bit of weight, not much, but I worked out for about 45 minutes and feel wonderful. Trying to get back in shape for. I got to get a long way to go for ski season next year. So that's what isn't that, people are going to be like, what, you're getting in shape now? But you actually do have to get in shape for ski season and stay in shape. And I've lost that between the pandemic and cancer. So I'm now, working on that every day. I'm doing some exercising and just getting, losing some weight. So I'm feeling really good about things now. So thanks to everyone who asks. A lot of people send emails and cards and things, and I really appreciate it. So are we on the international camera? Do we know?
Oh, yeah, we're on both
we know
of them.
who's up there?
Yes, I'll get to that in
Let's
a
do
second.
that. Let's say hi to our friends.
Before we do that, let me just share all this out. It takes me a little bit to share
All
it.
right,
So
share it
I got
out.
you talking.
Share
right now.
away, baby.
I got you here talking, and I'm not even in the frame.
See,
See,
you're-
look at that. See?
Oh, look, you cut yourself out. Look at that.
Yes.
We have never looked so good.
Uh-huh.
We've never looked that good, have we? No, I'm just kidding. So one of the things that I want to do is thank everyone on the international cameras in the 249 countries
Yes.
that tune in every day, actually, to KUHS Denver, the stream. But particularly to the ones that tune in to my show, I really appreciate it. And I'm very grateful that you've decided to spare what is, I think, the most valuable commodity anybody has, which is time. And so I'm very grateful when people choose to spend their time with us, and hopefully you will enjoy the show too. So today we're just going to talk about spring, and we're going to talk about newness, and we're going to talk very little politics, because the world is so scary that I think we all need a break from it. So we might have it a tiny bit, but we're not going to get into it too much, other than to say that Tucker Carlson's a piece of shit. Okay, had to say that. I mean, they're actually playing his show in Russia to the Russian people, saying, look, the Americans are supporting us. I mean, that's bad.
And, that comes out, yeah, it's like,
Yes.
whatever, huh?
Yeah, that's bad. So, I will say a few things, but, I just have to say that. I think I'm going to start every show with Tucker Carlson's a piece of shit, and then move on from there. But anyway, and I can't get banned, I don't think. If I put that, he's a POS on Facebook, they'll let people put up things that's unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable, that like lies that make no sense, are not true at all, and somebody says, so-and-so's a POS, and they take you off.
They take you off.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. What do you think's going to happen going forward, Henry? Do you think we're going to send troops in or not?
I don't see what for. I don't see the need. I don't see the need of any of this. I mean, this is so archaic. It's so old-fashioned. I mean, war? Can't they spend their money on peace?
Well, it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But they can't. Apparently, when a country invades another country, they don't have much choice.
But who invaded who, though?
Well, Russia obviously invaded
Me.
Ukraine. Oh, now.
Now, I got to give you the other side.
The other side is treason, so go ahead, Henry.
Treason. Never mind.
Go ahead, Henry.
No, never mind. I was just kidding.
But the propaganda is incredible from Russia with that.
Yes, it is.
And anyway, I just want to, if anybody from Ukraine is listening, and I know we've had people from there listening before,
Yes.
I don't know if they still have access or anything like that, but if you are, our thoughts and prayers are with you, particularly over the Easter holiday and Passover that just happened Friday. And just want you to know that we're, praying and hoping to send you enough money and support, and hope the government gets off their butt and gets it to you right away.
That'd be nice, huh?
Yeah, wouldn't it? That's the part that gets me. It's like, come on. I don't know. I don't understand all this, but it's definitely got to do with oil.
But see, that's the thing.
All these wars have since World War II or
Yes,
before.
they're
Actually,
fighting
World War
over
I.
all the goods.
Yeah.
Why
It's
does
always
everybody
about
fight over all that stuff?
I don't know. You know what I do believe is that I believe in God, and I think that He put us on this earth and He gave us every single resource we needed to create a perfect world. We have all the oil we need, we have all the food we need, we have everything. We have all the shelter we could need, but we get greedy. And the reason that there are these things in the world like famine and hunger and all that is because some people take more than what they need.
That's right.
And
a lot,
if they
way more than
didn't, if
what
they didn't, then the world would be balanced, and we might still have some diseases, but who knows how many we'd have, because who knows how many of those things have been solved. And they look at cancer, for example, and one treatment 8 years ago, or 9 years ago, one treatment when I had radiation was $1,500.
Oh, Lord.
And the doctor was $750. So they
Wow.
made $2,250 a day. I had to have it for 32 days, and I'm just one
Jesus.
patient in one city. So,
Wow.
and that's just radiation, because chemo and the other stuff's a lot more expensive. So imagine if they cured it.
Big time.
Oh, my
see,
God.
They'll lose all this money.
Yeah.
It's
So
got
they're not going to cure it. They're going to find pills like I take for the next 8 years, or chemo or something, but they're not going to cure it. And imagine if people did the right thing, and they opened those patents up for everybody. They made things available. we didn't store and take all the food and waste food. We you know,
And that's the truth.
people didn't have,
waste so much food.
billionaires shouldn't even exist, frankly.
That's the point, right?
Right, I mean, you know, after a couple $100 million, what the hell do you need? Even 1 billion, okay?
How much can you?
But, you know, beyond that, we could be curing world hunger. Do you know that the top 4 billionaires in the United States could actually cure world hunger instead of going to the moon?
I know.
You know.
And why are they doing that?
Oh, well, I mean, there's reasons for it, but, and research and things they bring back that are beneficial, but I'm just using it as an example. But overall, we have, and I know when the Elon Musk flight went up, they raised $250 million for St. Jude with that flight. So they did something good with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, plus there was research. So you do see that, but the whole thing is that people take so much and they're greedy, and it's like you don't need it. You don't need 4 vacations, 5 vacations a year, spending $10,000 on a vacation. You don't need all of this stuff. You want it, you want to show off, you want to do it, fine. But really, what could you be doing that would benefit the poor, the homeless, the needy? When you go to heaven, you're going to have to answer for those things.
I want to know something, Rhonda. You're really in a serious mood today.
I know, but I'm going to get out
What
of it.
happened?
I got mad.
I want
I
to
got
know.
mad at my husband, so now I'm going to take it out on everybody.
You're trying to take it out on me. Well, I brought you an Easter bunny.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you did?
You did? I like Easter bunnies. I miss my Easter basket every year until my mother passed away. When I was in my late 50s then.
And did you get a little Easter
My
bonnet?
mother had an Easter basket for me. I'd get up every morning and there'd be an Easter basket. She'd get into our house, and I don't know if she came over in the middle of the night or how she did it. And she had a key, of course. And there would be a little Easter basket on the
With all these cool
just for
things
me.
on it,
Patty
yes.
got shit though.
Oh my
A
word.
little Easter basket with little peeps and a little chocolate bunny. And I miss my Easter baskets my mommy used to give me.
Wow. And did you dress up with your little Easter bonnet and your dress and
No,
your shoes?
well, my mom used to make me do that. And there's
the
some
white petticoats?
yeah, there's some pictures of me when I'm little with that, and my face is like this. It's like Happy Easter from the pages, and I'm going.
Did you go hunting Easter eggs?
Oh yeah, we used to have Easter egg hunts in our big backyard when we had the house, and I'd put out hard-boiled eggs and regular eggs, and there'd be money and there'd be toys, and we'd have my cousins' kids over, and we'd all have this group of kids in the neighborhood. We'd do Easter egg hunts, and our English bulldog loved those eggs. And every year we'd do the hunt, and he'd come out and he'd have like eggshells. I'd bring the kids out to the yard, and there'd be like eggshells all over his face. And I'm like, well, I think he ate some of your eggs, you know. But put it on your daughter, she said. You know, I think I will. Sue, I'm going to bring my daughter in. Actually, I talked to Chessie to see if she'd like to host a show, because she used to host a show on Radio Disney. And actually, Chessie was offered a job as a full-time DJ at one of the top stations in Nashville.
Nice.
But she decided, you know, to move here and move home, and to not. And through my advice, it's a rough life, especially when you are getting married and you have to move around a lot and things like that. So she ended up doing something else. Now she's in the Civil Rights Division at CDOT, which is the Colorado Department of Highways, and she does communications for them. But you do have to. But I will. I asked her if she wanted to do a show with me, and she just said she would. There's Michelle. Went to high school with. Hello, Michelle.
Michelle.
She said, I hope you didn't buy a season pass.
Don't say it.
I did. I didn't have to. Loveland Ski Area, and I'm going to give them a shameless plug. A shameless plug. Because what they did when I called them and said I had cancer and I'd already bought my season pass and I really couldn't use it this year. And I said, you don't have to change it. I'm going to ski there anyway because I skied there since I was a kid and I love it. They said, no, we're going to move it for you to 2022 and 23. So I have my season pass for 22-23 at Loveland, and I am very excited. I'm getting in shape, and when October comes around, the very first day, I'm going to be the very first person on that slope because that was part of my incentive for getting better.
Nice. That sounds good.
And, oh, yeah, my mom included Peeps in the basket. Someone asked, did my mom include Peeps? I love Peeps. You're either a Peeps person or you're not. But those are my Peeps, let me tell you.
I had this little meme. It was a Peeps meme. It was a naughty one, but it was cute.
What were the Peeps doing?
All these
bad things?
These positions. There's all these positions, but they're all the Peeps. It's really cute.
Oh, God,
I'll share it with you off
Offline, okay, that's funny. Have you
It
ever
is,
put
it's
them in a
really cute.
microwave? I mean,
They melt them down.
they put them in a microwave and they get huge.
Oh, do they? I
Yeah,
didn't know
like put one at home in a microwave.
How
little
long?
peep.
Like 10 seconds?
Like 10 seconds, yeah, just watch it. And
Yeah.
the thing gets to be like Gigantor. Remember that commercial or that cartoon, Gigantor? Gigantor, the space age robot. And the peeps get to be literally this big.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go try that.
I love peep. And you know, there's hardly any calories in a peep. You can eat an entire box,
Yes, I love
and it's
peeps.
like
I'll eat the pink ones
210
and the
calories,
yellow
220
ones.
calories if you eat an
Mhm,
entire
yes.
box of them.
Yes, and
So-
I'm like that.
I know. I wonder if you took marshmallows and rolled it in sugar if it tastes the same.
No.
It doesn't?
You gotta have the peeps.
Well, I mean, the peeps are marshmallow, right?
Yes.
So
but
why
they got
couldn't
all
you-
this other stuff on it.
Well, that's the sugar. It's just sugar, isn't it?
Well.
I think you could take, I'm gonna try it. I'm trying to make a homemade peep and bring it in. Here, Henry.
Big in the microwave. What is that, Rhonda?
Oh, gosh.
You know.
But yeah, it was, so Easter is, and also my mother passed away on Easter.
Oh, I
So,
did not
yeah,
know
it
that.
was Easter Sunday, and
I
very
did
early
not
in the
know
morning.
that.
Yeah, so it's always a hard day.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't-
we're doing nothing this year. I
Mm.
decided I needed to do nothing, just relax. But yeah, it was actually beautiful, but it was Easter Sunday.
But it wasn't, it just didn't fit the
Well, it's hard on a holiday because the date changes, especially on Easter. So like, not only do you have Easter Sunday, which reminds you of the death, you have the actual death day.
Oh,
So you
okay.
have to go through it twice every year.
Oh,
Thanks,
geez.
Mom. Hey, thanks a lot, you know.
Thanks,
You know,
Mom.
did you pick another holiday so you can just ruin one day? You know?
You even sound like her. I never heard her, but you sound like her.
I do sometimes. She was a firecracker, but yeah, she passed
Well,
away.
what do you think you are? You're the same thing.
The apple didn't fall far from the tree. That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah, it's like,
But anyway, so Easter's always a tough day for me, but.
I did not know that.
Mhm.
Like you said, that's kind of hard to lose somebody on a
It is.
holiday of any sort like that. Mhm.
It is. But, you know, it's also a very pretty day, and she died very peacefully at home in her sleep, and you can't.
Was she just from old age?
Yeah, well, and she had heart conditions, and she
Oh.
was old. For my family, you know, when you die at 82 and you're a Del Mastro, it's like you died at 60, because those people live forever. I mean, most of them live to be well into their 80s, like
Wow,
88,
yeah.
90, you know. And, but my mother didn't, but she lived to be 82, which is a good, can't
So
complain
you're
about
gonna live
that.
to be like 95?
I don't know what cancer does to you. I don't know if it shortens your life or not.
It doesn't look
Yeah,
like it shortened
you know,
yours.
but-
You
so
sure
hopefully
you
not.
still
It's the
stay looking
treatment,
really nice.
it's the treatment on your heart when you had radiation, things like that can.
Well, you
end up-
still looking very nice. I don't know if you're
Thank
gonna.
you.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna take really good care of myself.
yeah,
'cause
you
I'm
haven't
gonna try
wrinkled up
for
or
it.
nothing. Some
I wanna
people-
hit 100, that's my goal. My grandmother
100
Paige,
what? You're gonna hit 100 what? Oh.
100 years. My grandmother Paige,
You didn't say years.
What?
I'm gonna go hit
Yeah.
100.
my grandmother Paige lived to be 102 on my dad's side. And my grandfather, Del Mastro, was killed by a car wreck.
Whoa.
And he was in his 80s. It was 80, I think. And we had to unplug the machines because they told us this man had a heart that was so strong he could have went 20 years in a coma.
Wow.
I mean, and it was like 80. You know, so yeah, so we had to pull the plug on that, and it was really difficult. But
That's sad.
so I have a long history, and you know, hopefully I'll live a long, full life. But I don't care, whatever it is, it is. Whatever I get, I get. Just why you make the most of every day you have.
Mhm.
You know, you make the most of every moment, actually. Cause
That's true, and I'm glad you said that because you know you only have so much time here. It's usually up to 70 or 80, and that's it. That's not very
Yeah, I
much
mean,
time.
you know, and
But you've done a lot of crazy things, and starting when you were in high school.
well, yeah,
when you were
I'm
young,
lucky
when
I'm
you were
still
in college.
alive.
You're still doing crazy things. Hey, you didn't tell us about your.
This is my cousin Carol. She's my mother's cousin, actually.
Really?
She's the youngest of my mother's cousins. She's not that much older than I am. And she's in Providence, Rhode Island, listening. Outside, I
You
think, I
need
don't
to
know if you're
tell us-
Providence or outside of Providence.
You need to tell us about.
Carol. Carolyn Crook, Carolyn.
Crook, you called her a crook.
She is Crook. There she is, Carolyn Crook, but she's not a
It's-
crook.
oh, that's really her name.
That's her
Oh,
name. And
I
there's
thought you-
another Carol on her, Carol Petrella, who lived across the street from my Aunt Irene, and she's on here, and she said, we're going to do this together. My grandmother lived to be 104. Okay, Carol, let's count on it. And we'll be like the oldest ladies. But I will tell you that I've got an advantage when I go to a nursing home, because now that I have fake girls because of my mastectomy, I'll be the only old lady in the nursing home that the orderlies are going to fight to give a sponge bath.
Sponge bath.
Carolyn, hi. You know what's funny is every other person in my mother's family is named Carolyn. My mother was Carolyn, her cousin Carolyn, my cousin Carolyn, and her daughter I think is Cara or Carolyn. It's like nobody could think of another name.
Wow.
It's like, hello, there's more names than that. You know?
So tell us about you had a speaking engagement.
I
that you
did,
gotta
and I
tell
got
us
an
all about
award.
it. Yes, and
Yeah,
you got to brag about that. Come
Well,
on.
I gave a talk about, basically about persistence and getting through things when things are tough. And
How long was it?
It was 15-minute talk.
Oh, okay.
And it was focused on what you can do and how you move through things that are change,
And
and
challenging.
challenging. And I consider cancer to be another word. Change is another word for cancer, and cancer is another. They're synonymous because what it does to you ultimately is change your life.
Whoa.
Physically, mentally, spiritually, in many ways. And sometimes it alters your life, and sometimes it takes your life.
Ooh.
So it's a change. And so I didn't focus on cancer, but what I focused on was how do you navigate things that are unimaginable, when you get news that's unimaginable. When
All that way.
when you could be a divorce, someone you adored and you had no idea, and now he's off with his 21-year-old secretary. Or it could be you had a wonderful job and you lost it, and all of a sudden you have to move and lose your home that you loved, and you can't send your kid to college anymore, and you can't,
There's all these changes that could happen.
all these things can happen. And so the talk was about change, and the kind of like the guideposts that I use to navigate through hard times and through change. And it went over very well. And then afterwards they gave me an award.
They give you a standing ovation.
Yes, they did.
I knew it.
I got
just
two of
knew
them.
it. See, Rhonda?
And
this is what I tell you. You have resilience beyond anybody I've ever known. You've gone through the cancer treatment thing twice. You've gone through all this different changes in operations and stuff, and you're still smiling.
well,
That is tough.
happiness is a choice.
And
I've said this a million times.
You always bring me happiness. You always crack me up. You're always making me smile.
Happiness is a choice.
And the minute you walk in the door, you're making me smile. And I think there's a reason. That's that energy that you
Thank
give.
you. Thank
And
you, Henry.
you bring a lot of people a lot of this energy. And you affect a lot of people. And just by that talk, I know that talk was probably fabulous. And just by that talk to all those women listening to you, they probably thought, wow.
Well,
And that's why they gave you this.
it was really about them. It wasn't about me. It was
Well, what I'm
about,
saying is
how
it's
you can
your-
overcome.
It was your delivery of the word. And when you deliver the word like that, and it's coming from you, especially a person that's been through what you've been through, and we wait for you, it's like, oh, no, you say, I'll be back. Yeah. And then we wait for you to come back, and you came back, and you were still ready to go after it here on your show. This show is really cool. And how long has it been? It's almost 3 years.
About 3 years now, yeah. And we get a lot of people tuning in from all over the world between the music feed and the video feed. It's about 140,000.
It's gone to 140,000 now.
Yeah.
We've gone up from 46 to 50 platforms. We picked up Australia and about 8 different platforms, but some of them are connected together, so we only counted the ones from 45 up to 50, so that's only actually 5 platforms more in
Wow,
Australia.
that's awesome.
But I made it boo-boo.
You did?
Yeah.
A little boo-boo? As a picnic basket?
Yeah. It's like, okay, we had a special show on Wednesday with a Mexican star, and we cut out 2 hours there, and then you have to go back in and put everything up manually. Well, the show from Down Under, from Australia, I forgot to put it back up in there, and he was, hey, mate, he'd send me a voicemail. Hey, mate, what happened to the show, mate? Everybody's asking, they want to hear their show, mate.
Oh, that's cute.
It's like,
Hi, mate.
yeah, it was
We put the
wild.
shrimp on the barbie and we can't hear the show.
Yeah, that's what he said. And I
Uh,
told him it's a boo-boo, we just dropped the ball. you
That's
know?
it. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, you can't.
The,
Sometimes the programming, we have the programming, it's all set up, but if we have to interrupt for a special show, it disrupts the programming, so you have to manage.
It's hard to do that.
Yeah, it is.
But
some of the
anyway, the
shows,
talk
I
went
mean,
great,
mhm.
and I got an award. It was called the 2022 Woman Who Rocks Award, and it's from the Camp Spirit Network, which has about 5,000 women involved in it. But there was only probably 100 or 200 at the event. But it was really, I was very touched, and I was really.
You
pleased to
didn't
get it.
cry a river, did you?
I kind of got a little teary-eyed.
I knew you would.
Yeah, but I
It's
stopped.
too.
I was just so surprised. It was so
touches
kind,
you, Rhonda,
know?
because you have so many people who root for you.
Yeah, well,
And
it does.
because you have this energy, like I said, you have the energy, you have the, just the way your aura when you walk in a room, it's like, there's Rhonda, you know.
Well, the thing is, oh my goodness, there's Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl, she's in Chicago.
Hi, Cheryl.
She was one of my sorority sisters.
Ooh, how nice.
Yeah,
Come on, tell me the secret.
No.
Give us some of
We
the
have a
secrets,
secret
Cheryl.
handshake I can't share. We even had a secret password.
All those fun times. I know. I could read her.
Oh, they were so much fun. They were insane. Honestly, you couldn't even share them because people wouldn't believe it. It was
It was
you know,
like,
it was
what?
a whole world created for people that are, 18 to 22, 23 years old, something 21, 22 years old, and we, for most of it, didn't have a house mother.
Oh, wow.
So we did everything we wanted to. We brought in beer. We did everything. It was bad,
Had fun.
but we had fun. And I managed to get a degree out of it. So, and Cheryl says her lips are sealed.
Oh, no, come on, Cheryl.
No, they're sealed.
$50, spill a little bit of one
We're
secret,
sealed.
Cheryl.
I am actually
$50.
in May going back to Illinois to Springfield to see my half brothers. My nephew from my half brother is graduating from high school, so I'm going back there, and I'm going to stop by and see one of my sorority sisters on the way.
That's going to be fun.
And that's going to be a lot of fun, I think. So anyway, and then my nephew from here is moving to Chicago. So once he gets settled in his apartment, I have threatened to go up to Chicago and stay with him and visit a bunch of friends. Hopefully I can do that. Just what he wants is his 66-year-old aunt in his bachelor pad in Chicago.
You probably love her. Probably, hey, dude, you want to come down? My aunt's here. Come and meet her. She's great. That's how it would be, Rhonda.
But
You
he's a
know
good
how
boy.
it is.
Lorenzo's a good kid, so I think he'll like it once he gets to know some people there.
But anymore, age doesn't mean nothing when you're at a party. I mean,
people are stupid no matter what age.
yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
You know.
You know, everybody's having a blast. Nobody cares. And, you know, the older here, the newer there, the younger there, the baby's there, and everybody's
The only
laughing.
thing anybody cares about is politics. You can't bring that up at a party.
Food, drink, and
Food,
entertainment.
Drink and laugh and forget the rest
Yeah,
of it. you
food,
know.
drink, and entertainment is all you need for it.
So anyway, really, I want to get back to a couple of things, but what are you doing for Easter, first of all? You doing anything? Having the kids over?
We're having an adult Easter egg hunt with
Oh.
bunnies and everything.
Oh, yeah, right.
You asked
Have
me.
you seen that post? I put it up, but I stole it from somebody else. It was a church, and they misspelled annual, and they had anal Easter egg hunt.
Well.
And then one of my friends commented, brown eggs and ham.
Oh, Jesus. Yuck.
It's like, I love when those signs are wrong.
And you know, I was